Hi everyone! Welcome to the first installment of our comparison reviews. Today we'll be taking a look at Thomas Sabo Karma Beads versus Pandora Essence. Alright, now let's take a look at the jewelry. So as you can see, I've got my stack on right now. And I've got the Pandora Essence here, my Pandora bangle with all my lucky charms, the Thomas Sabo Karma Beads, and another Pandora Essence bracelet. As you can tell, the Thomas Sabo blends in really well. The beads are about the same size as the Pandora. Now let's take a look at how they compare together. The clasps are the same, so they open the same way. The Thomas Sabo chain is different than the Pandora Essence. It's got this box link system. Take a closer look at that. And it's very flexible, so I'm never afraid that it's going to get a kink or break or anything like that. The Pandora Essence, of course, is a thinner version of the regular snake chain. It's relatively delicate, so I don't mess with it too much. It's still very fluid though, so it can bend a lot more than the regular bracelet can. So, alright. So again, the Karma Beads, they do not have stoppers or anything like that inside, so they do slip around a lot. So I highly recommend getting these stoppers at the end, at least one on each end, so that they don't fall off the bracelet. It's especially dangerous when you unclasp the bracelet and then all the beads can get everywhere. Alright. So let's take a look at these beads. So again, if you don't have the stoppers at the end, they'll just fall off like that, and that would be pretty heartbreaking. They fell on the floor. The Pandora Essence, each bead has a stoppered core inside. Gonna zoom up close up of that. So that catches on the bracelet and holds pretty well. I haven't had problems with them moving too much, but they still do move around a little bit. Now this Thomas Sabo bracelet, or Karma collection, came out a little over a month ago, and the Pandora Essence is still also relatively new. It came out last fall. Concept stores have had these since fall last year, but other different types of stores are just now getting these in stock. And that'll be in April. So if you haven't been able to see them, if you don't have a concept store near you, your chance will be coming up. So I ended up getting 2 of the Essence bracelets already. You can fill them up all the way, but I generally like to just fill them in with a few. I've kind of maxed out at 6 on each of my bracelets, so I might end up getting more if more charms come out that I want. Alright, so a lot of you ladies are curious as to how these are compatible, or if they are. The Pandora Essence obviously does not fit on the Thomas Sabo because, as you can see, the stopper core prevents it from going in. However, it does fit the other way around. And the Thomas Sabo beads, you know, they do vary a little bit in size. So you've got the bigger open works versus the smaller smaller beads. They are all hollow, so they're really light, so the entire bracelet's very light. I would say comparatively the Pandora Essence feels heavier. One of my favorite beads is the Karma Life logo. Alright, that one's really cool. I really like that one a lot. Alright, so the Pandora Essence, of course, they pull off just like that, and then you put them back just like threading a needle. So I'm just going to take all these off and combine them with the Thomas Sabo Karma Beads for a great look. And this way you actually get some fluid movement as well as the stoppers stopping them in place. So I actually think this is a really good combination. I'm just going to put a few on here. The only problem with the Thomas Sabo line is that I don't really have any stores around me, so I actually had to get my bracelets from overseas. I got these at Joshua James from the UK. There's no shipping restrictions though, so they do ship outside of the UK. And that's how it looks together. It looks actually pretty great. So I'm relatively happy with combining them, but for the sake of keeping all the brands separate, I do have a little bit of OCD about that. So I do tend to segregate my brand lines. Otherwise, the clasps are relatively similar. The Karma Beads clasp is perhaps a shade, let's get a focus in on that, is perhaps a shade bigger than the Pandora Essence. It's not that close for you to see. And I would say the Thomas Sabo is a little more difficult to get on just because the knob, the latch at the end, does not catch as well. So that always gives me a little bit of trouble, but not too much. Whereas the Pandora clasps really well, and then you can see it stays in place. Alright, so all in all, I really like both these brands. I've never really been interested in Thomas Sabo until now. Between the high prices and their traditional dangle charm bracelet, I haven't really, nothing's really caught my eye from that brand. But I was really excited about the Karma Beads collection because, it is a European style charm bracelet and the price point's pretty reasonable. From the charms are usually about $25 to $125, of course, depending on how much bling it has and detailing, and silver, of course. They also come in different finishes like gold and rose gold, which Pandora does not offer. And of course they have CZs as well. The Pandora Essence, the beads are, semi-precious gemstones as well as silver, and then detailed with CZs. There's some really pretty designs, but I kind of do a combination of picking aspirations I like, characteristics I like, and also or that are reflective of me, and also ones that have pretty designs. So, and that's it for the comparison between the Thomas Sabo Karma Beads and the Pandora Essence collection. If you have any other questions, head on over to the blog and post them there. Otherwise, I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you soon.